Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another speaking video. I'm really scared and nervous to make this. I mean, I just I just made the I just released a read-through of the book I just released, and I was very nervous and scared about that. I'm always nervous, scared, and uncomfortable about making these speaking videos because it's it just I really just I really just don't like, you know, uh, I just don't like the sound of my own voice, and it always feels so weird to record these type of videos. But today, we're going to be talking about the movie Obsession. Okay, I have to talk about this movie. Not because I think it's a masterpiece, not because I think it's terrible, and not even because I completely understand why I feel this way. I just genuinely cannot stop thinking about it. This is probably one of the weirdest movie experiences I've had. Because here's the thing, I don't even rate this movie that highly. To me, it's good. Maybe a low B? That's what makes this so confusing. Still replaying scenes, still replaying lines, still wondering why this movie hit me the way it did. And I think part of why I'm making this video is because I'm trying to understand my own reaction. The anticipation. What makes this even stranger is that the anticipation was honestly one of the strongest parts for me. I watched the teaser trailer and the actual trailer so many times, and there were these lines in the trailers that became weirdly memorable to me. Some of them were unintentionally funny, some oddly quotable, but they stuck in my head. And when I saw the movie, those moments actually worked for me. The anticipation became part of the experience. I was already hyper fixated on this movie for months, and also I became obsessed with Obsession. So there's that. But I was already I was hyper fixated and obsessed with this movie before I even saw it. So maybe that matters. Maybe part of why this movie won't leave my brain is because I spent so much time thinking about it before release. But I still don't think that fully explains it. But then, even though I'm saying that, I'm sure people will just, I'm sure people will be able to will will think that I'm making a bigger deal out of this than it is, which may be true. I'm not gonna lie, but anyways, that's not the point. Anyways, but I still don't think that fully explains it, in my opinion. So then we're gonna talk about Nikki, right? The biggest reason this movie keeps replaying in my head is Nikki, and I want to be honest about that. You guys know Indy Navarrete has been getting a lot of praise for her performance, and and I she does a good job. I will say that. I mean, part of it is the character, part of it is the performance, part of it is that the line delivery, especially after the wish, right? Because this is where the movie became emotionally complicated for me. The wish slash why it felt wrong. So this is probably uh, uh, the biggest reason the movie stuck with me. So the wish. So you guys know in the trailer, in the movie, I don't really. In the movie, Bear says the F word, so I don't really curse. So I'm just gonna say the trailer version. In the trailer version, he says, "I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anybody else in the entire world." Right? And so, yeah. And so, not the wish stuck with me. So not that this movie is bad, not I'm offended, just wrong. So uncomfortable in a way I can't really shake. Because to me, I'm sure for most people that Bear is the villain of the movie, and I agree completely. I mean, it's he he unfortunately was not able to tell Nikki that he liked her, unfortunately, and so he makes the wish, and he doesn't know it's gonna work. I mean, I used to think that you know that as soon as he made the, I was one of those people who thought as soon as he made the wish, it was I was already not on board with Bear, but now I've rethought about it, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's it's um that's not exactly it, because he didn't know it was gonna work. So, but and so because he didn't know it was gonna work, that's why you know, he didn't really he didn't really expect anything. But then when Nikki starts doing all this weird and questionable and uncomfortable and awkward stuff, right? It should be a sign to bear. There should be there. It should be a sign. There are multiple. These are multiple signs to bear that the wish is working, right? But it's also these things that Nikki is doing are not normal, and so it's not funny. It's not funny. It's actually really bad. Like it's messed up. But no, seriously, I it's crazy. Like multiple times, there are multiple different scenes where Bear Nikki is doing all these questionable things. Wish Nikki, the Nikki under the wish, is doing all these questionable things, and Bear is just he's just going along with it. He's going along with it, and it's I'm, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's messed up. It really is. It's not right. It's really wrong. But let me get back to what I was saying. So there are multiple signs that this version of Nikki, there are multiple signs that show Bear that this is not the real Nikki, right? And so the thing that bothered me was that the real Nikki is trapped in her. She's trapped, and she has no control over her own body, which is really messed up. I mean, like that's so messed up. So yeah. Now I don't know why I keep laughing, because this is it's a dark movie for sure. But anyways, Nikki. So Nikki is trapped in her own body, and Bear is just he's with this version of Nikki that's not the real Nikki, right? And so it's just really messed up that the real Nikki is trapped while this other version of Nikki is in the is like she's the main what you call it, like she's controlling Nikki's body, while the real Nikki is somewhere just in pain, a lot of pain. So that's really messed up. And so that idea bothered me a lot, and I'm sure for a lot. Well, I can't speak for other people, but it seems like for most people, it really bothered them too. But at the same time, I weirdly understood the emotional impulse behind the wish. Not agreeing with it, because I don't agree with it at all, but understanding the human feeling underneath it, wanting somebody to love you more, wanting to matter, wanting closeness, wanting to feel chosen. And so again, I'm sure most people can relate to that. I know I can. I'm not going to get into that, but I can understand. I can again. I weirdly understood the emotional impulse behind the wish, but then the movie pushes that into something for me became really uncomfortable to watch, especially in a couple scenes that honestly just felt not right. So there's so obviously there's a lot of stuff that Nikki does that Wish Nikki is doing that is really weird and really uncomfortable and odd stuff, right? But then there's two scenes in particular to me. So there's the scene after the nice date a scene. I really don't want to I don't want to do this, but it involves Bear and Nikki. they're doing it, and Nikki, she and it's even though it seems like she's wish Nikki's enjoying it, right? It's really wrong because, I mean, it's wrong on two counts. So number one, this is not the real Nikki, and her body is being unfortunately used by Bear. So that's already not great. That's awful. And then second, even though it seems like Wish Nikki is enjoying it, if you've seen the movie and you see, and that scene, Nikki, it's like she's not there. Like her face, she's the Wish Nikki is in another world, bro. Like her face, I kid you not. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. She is not there. She's gone. Like it's like they say, the what is it? Like the what is that expression? The lights are the lights are not on or something. I don't fully know what the expression is. I don't really use that expression, but you know, so that's why I'm just saying Nikki's not there. Like Bear is using Nikki's body, and you know, and just you know, doing it without the real Nikki's permission, which is gross. It's really awful. It's horrendous. And then you have the other added uncomfortableness of that. Even though it seems like the Wish Nikki is enjoying this, she's not even there. She's not her face. She's not there. Like she's there physically, but like mentally, it's not. She's not there. Like she's off in another world. I really don't know how else to describe it. That's what it seems like to me. So yeah, that's really uncomfortable. It's really, it's morally wrong, emotionally wrong, and even now I still replay them mentally in my brain. Not because I enjoy them, because that would be really that I no, but because I think I'm still trying to understand why they affected me this much. Oh, and the other scene is the scene before Sarah, Sarah is like, it's before the scene in the car with Sarah that leads to disastrous results, where Wish Nikki bashes Sarah's head in multiple times into a brick on the steering wheel. Before that scene, there's the scene where Sarah texts Bear, and then he says he can't, he can't. But then Sarah says if he doesn't come to her, she's coming over. And people have said that's not a good idea. That could lead to disastrous results, which ultimately it still leads to disastrous results anyway. But I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, so Bear is getting up to leave, right? And then the real Nikki starts talking to Bear, and then she says, "Can you just end my life?" Which already sounds really insane, right? And it's really sad, and it's like somebody is asking you to end their life. Like that's, and it's just sounds really, it's just really sad and awful, right? And then here, and Bear hearing this, he's not really, like, his response is really bad. Like, no, it's awful. He literally says, I kid you not, he says, "What's so bad about being with me?" Oh my, I can't, what? This is what this guy is thinking about right now. That is what he's concerned about. He's not concerned about that Wish Nikki is asleep and the real Nikki is talking to him. That's not what he's concerned about. He's concerned about why he's concerned about what's so bad about being with him, even though even though he knows this is not the real Nikki, right? He's still concerned about why she doesn't want to be, what's so bad about being with him. I mean, it's really bad. Like, that's awful. That's his response. It's like, dude, why? Like, why would you say that? That's like one of the worst things you could say in that moment. And then I think Nikki says, "I've never been with you, Bear." And then I don't fully remember what happens after that, but eventually she starts like saying, "Please, please, please," literally asking him, just wanting him to do it, begging him to end her life. So because she doesn't have control over her body, unfortunately, because of the wish, and so she just wants the pain that she's feeling to end. And so, and what does Bear do? Bear, he backs away and goes to meet Sarah, right? That is, it's selfish. It's like, dude, it's so. I mean, that's the word I use for it, because it's really selfish. I mean, it's like you know this is not the real Nikki, and the real Nikki is telling you, she's like, I need you to do this so this pain can end for me. And he just walks away. And then there's multiple signs throughout the movie that this is not the real Nikki. Weird and odd and uncomfortable things. And he just keeps going along with it. He stops going along with it only after. No, also there's the scene in the car with the wish willow where he's talking to the guy over the phone, and he says, "Can I alter the wish?" What do you mean alter it? Like, what? No. Cancel it immediately. But no, he wants to keep enjoying the wish, just without the weird stuff. As it's been said. And so, but then when the guy says, "Yeah, we don't really do that," that's only then Bear's like, okay, I would like to cancel. And then the guy's like, "You would like to cancel a cancel request or something like that?" And then Bear's like, "Yes, I would like to cancel." And then the guy says, "Yeah, we don't really do that again." And then he was like, "What the heck, dude? You made it seem like I could do that." And then, so yeah, and then he's like, so yeah. He wanted to alter the wish instead of canceling it. It's just the whole thing with Bear. It's bad. Like it's everything before, like everything before the wish is made. He's fine, and then even after the wish is made, because he doesn't realize the wish is working, right? It's fine. But then when it's not even funny. When all the weird stuff and uncomfortable stuff starts happening, that's when it really becomes like, okay, yeah, no. Like he's still tolerating it, but like the scene, it's the scene in the car where Sarah gets her head bashed in by Wish Nikki on the steering wheel, with the brick on the steering wheel, that Bear finally realizes, you know what? Yeah, I have to stop this, because now it's really bad. Like, it was already bad before, but now that Wish Nikki has ended somebody's life, it's like, okay, yeah, we need to pull the plug on this, because now our harm was already done. I mean, literally, the real Nikki literally stabbed herself in the face and was saying, not me, at the party, and was stabbing herself in the face to show the people that this is not the real Nikki. which was that scene was really brutal, and I can't watch that scene again. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, after Sarah loses her life, it becomes bears. It's like, yeah, no, we gotta put a wrap on this. We gotta end this wish, because this, no. So yeah. But anyways, this video is turning long, much longer than I thought it would be. But anyways, so continuing on here. So, why does everyone seem to like this movie so much? And here's another weird thing. People like this movie a lot. Like people have seen this movie like 2, 3, 7, 8 times. The box office is huge. People seem genuinely emotionally connected to it. And I think part of me keeps asking, what are they seeing? Not in a judgmental way. I'm genuinely curious, because I think it's good. I think it's good that people are really liking this movie. That's all well and good. I have no problem with that. There are no problems. let me rephrase that. I think it's cool that people are liking this movie so much. That's what you want to see. But part of me even wishes I could fully feel what they feel. But that wasn't my experience. My experience was way messier, more uncomfortable, more conflicted, and somehow more memorable because of that. So I guess this video isn't really a review. I mean, I've just been, rambling on. I'm pretty sure, never mind. Anyways, it's more me trying to understand why this movie won't leave my brain. Why a movie I only think is good somehow became mentally impossible to stop thinking about. Like, guys, I kid you not, I cannot stop thinking about this movie. It's 24/7 for me. I can't stop thinking about this movie. But I maybe it's Nikki, maybe it's The Wish. Maybe it's those scenes that felt morally and emotionally wrong to me. Maybe it's the anticipation, which I do think is probably one of the biggest parts, because I was anticipating this movie so much. I mean, it was because of Cody Leach. Ever since he talked about this movie and how much he enjoyed it at Fantastic Fest last year, this movie has forever been. I was already thinking about this movie. It was already in my mind because Cody liked it so much. And so, because of that, he started my anticipation, and then when I started seeing the teaser trailer and the actual trailer, and I kept replaying it over and over, I became hyper fixated and obsessed with Obsession, as I already told you guys. So yeah, the anticipation is one of the strongest parts for me for this movie by far. And then maybe it's the aftermath. And the aftermath is another really strong part. I mean, really, just a lot of stuff happened in the aftermath. Like, a lot of unexpected stuff that, there's so much to me that I can't, that it was just really, it was a lot. So just really interesting and unexpected stuff that we were not prepared for the aftermath. Like, nothing crazy happened, but nothing crazy happened, but it was just like, with how much anticipation I had for this movie, it was like the reaction I had afterward and the whole aftermath. There's so much that I'm not really going to get into here, but the aftermath, the anticipation was great for me. And I enjoyed every second of it. And then the aftermath was also just, it was the second biggest piece of really keeping my mind on this movie. And, so the anticipation and the aftermath were the strongest parts of the movie, than the movie itself, in my opinion. So yeah, but maybe it's all of it. Maybe all of these reasons have a reason to do why I cannot stop thinking about this movie. I still don't fully know. There's also something I can't talk about with Indy Navarrete. I'm interested in what she's gonna do next for sure. I mean, it seems like a lot of people are, which is good to see. There's an added extra thing that I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's it's another reason why I can't stop thinking about this movie, and so yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I said what I wanted to say. Uh, I just I just, I mean, just a lot of the praise and hype for this movie. I wanted to, even as uncomfortable and as scared and nervous as I am, to release speaking videos and this video, of course. As nervous as nervous as I am, scared, I'm gonna release it anyways. But I'm just, I just wanted to speak about it, um, and talk about like I want to share what I think about, my thoughts, and talking about all the hype and the praise, and you know because seriously, I think it's good that a lot of people are liking this movie, and that it's making a lot of money at the box office. That's good to see. But with all the stuff I stated throughout this video, I think it's a good movie. But I'm more interested in uh, a lot of stuff that had a lot to do with, you know it's it's a lot of the stuff that that I talked about throughout the video that have made this movie stuck with me, and I'm definitely interested to see what Indy Navarrete does next. So that would be interesting to see. So yeah, I'm pretty much done. There's this thing I do. I keep on rambling when it comes to. I struggle how to end videos, so I'm just gonna end it right here. So yeah. The previous speaking video I released is up on the channel right now. It's the Paul Robinson, The Crown King to the Sovereignty, which is a book I have released, a short story book I have released on Amazon, so it's available right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me, and yeah. So yeah. So bye.